boys? Today, we're going to be doing the long-awaited Gen 5 challenge as y'all really seem to want it. I can only use Gen 5 Pokemon, and to set some rules, I cannot Mega Evolve since the games don't have that. To do this challenge, we'll of course be using the one, the only, which is W, yes! But with that, let's play. So waking up, I went to the professor's lab and for the first time in this Gen series, I picked our first grass starter. Let's go. So after choosing Snivy, I went into Route 1 and was about to enter Chesma Town, but Jake stopped me for something extremely important.
Butch, watch out for the date August 12th, 2036, the heat death of the universe. Also, by the way, I'm gay for you as fuck.
After learning that unsettling news, I met this lady in Chesma Town who took me to her house. Oh, I've been waiting for this day. Before she then went on to steal my necklace. Man, nice guys really do finish last. I chased her into Gale Forest, where Snivy evolved into Servine before I managed to get my necklace back. I then proceeded my way into Sylvan City. Arriving into Sylvan City, I headed straight for the gym to take on the leader. Here's how that went. And just like that, we now have one gym badge. Entering Route 5, I caught a Blitzel, Patrat, and a Gothita so that I still have a chance if Servine were to go down in battle. But afterwards, I made my way to Brimmer City. Arriving into Brimmer City, we learn that Team Eclipse is planning on summoning Groudon with a stolen orb, so we go and confront them. I picked up a Heatmore along the way, but they go on with their plan and get scared off, where Blitzel evolved before we go on to take the gym leader. Here's how we did. Okay, Editor Blamo here. So I guess I completely forgot when writing the script that Patrat evolved, which is just another case of Patrat being one of the most forgettable Pokemon in the world. But yeah, he did evolve at some point. I'm forgetting when, but yeah. Okay, anyways, back to the fight. just like that, we now have 2 gym badges. Entering Route 7, we discover these beaters blocking this path, so we fight the lumberjacks until their boss makes them clean it up. Survine evolves before I went into Laguna Lake and got an old rod before I returned and caught a shiny Timple. I then entered Route 8 where both Gothita and Timple evolved before we entered Rose Cove City. Entering Rose Cove City, we learn that Team Eclipse is back and this time to summon Kyogre. Palpitoad evolves before we confront a Team Eclipse, but they go ahead with their plan and end up getting blasted off, before we go on to take the gym leader. Here's how we did. Just like that, we now have 3 gym badges. I entered Route 9 and beat both Jake and Tess when Gothorita evolved. I then went to Fortulos Manor and caught a Litwick before proceeding into Route 10 and met this Absol who began warming up to me, but Jake and Tess had to ruin things and scared him off. Stupid Jake and Tess. They tell us we have to go through Kogonos Mines to get to Anthean City, and while doing so, I caught a Roggenrola. After making it to the top, I caught a Rufflet before meeting up with them again and making way for Anthean City. Arriving into Anthean City, I evolved Roggenrola to his final evolution before we met with Gerald for a stupid dialogue session. We eventually get set free and I grab a hoverboard and head for the 4th gym to take on the leader. Here's how we did. I'd be lying if I was having some doubt at the end, but like that, we now have 4 gym badges. Exiting the gym, we see Team Eclipse's airship fly by and learn that Jake has been kidnapped because of course he did. We go through the sewers to get to them, and upon confrontation, we learn that Professor Cypress is the leader of Team Eclipse. I never saw that coming. We have a fight with him, but he ends up leaving us behind to blow up the entire place. Dialga and Palkia then appear out of nowhere and take us back in time to when the bombs are being planted. We confront the admin and send him off before being sent back to the present. We then continue on like nothing ever happened and make our way to Roria City. Oh yeah, and Litwick evolved to Chandelure. Arriving into Roria City, Team Eclipse is once again back stealing stuff from the gym. We shoo them off before heading to the gym to take on the leader. Here's how it went. Just like that, we now have 5 gym badges. I then proceeded my way into Route 13 to make way to Fluoruma City. Arriving into Fluoruma City, I went back and grabbed a Scraggy and evolved it before naming it Pratt Master. I got the name right. We then proceeded to the gym to do the puzzles before I took on the gym leader. Here's how we did. And with that, we now have 4 gym badges. Going into Route 14, we find Tess confronting Team Eclipse before a big reveal is made. After finding out that Jake is on Team Eclipse, we have a fight with him before proceeding to Route 15 to head for Frostville City. arriving into Frostville City, I immediately made my way to the gym to take on the naked gym. Wait, what? They finally fixed him? After all this time, they finally fixed him? And just like that, we now have 7 gym badges. We arrive at Port Deca and meet with Tess and Champion Brad before going to Deca Beach, where we learn we'll have to surf to Crescent Island as Tess leaves us behind via boat. Thanks, Tess. Arriving into Crescent Island, we follow a Team Eclipse member into a bar and pull some juice cakes before finding Team Eclipse's secret base. We see the admins taking our parents away, and upon following them, we find that Tess has also been kidnapped. We get left behind with Jake and have a final fight with him before he tells us in the most cartoonish way possible they'll be summoning Hoopa at the Demon's Tomb. We follow them to the tomb and have one last battle with Professor Cypress, but they go ahead with their plan anyways and summon Hoopa. Jake ends up throwing Cypress into the portal when this cutscene happens. After losing Jake, we get a chance to capture Hoopa, but he sucks, so we run. We get sent back home with our parents, but immediately fly back to Crescent Town so that we can take on the final gym leader. Here's how that went. Just like that, we now have all 8 gym badges. But oh wait, just a second. We're not done yet. We have to take on the Elite Four, which will go... nice. You're still faster! Oh, no, you didn't! It's a 90% chance! Oh my god! Oh my god! It's already missed twice in like the past like 10 minutes. Do Earthquake, please do Earthquake, please. Oh no! No! I curse! I'm sorry. What? I did Fake Out! Dude, I'm so